Welcome. This is a video walkthrough of the PALS application. This is the page you'll first see when you follow the link to the application. And this is the same page for all applications, staff, partners, or peers. You'll know you're in the right place when you see this screen that has the PALS logo and this nice bright picture of PALS Olympics behind it. Since we've moved to a new application base, we're all going to be new, so we're all going to click Sign Up the first time we get to this screen. Once you press Sign Up, you'll be able to enter your email address that you'd like to be associated with the account, and you'll create a password that will be used for these applications. Once you've done that, you will click Continue. This is the first screen that you'll see once you go through that process. This is where you're going to input participant information. This is information about the participant who's going to be coming to PALS. Anytime we see the word participant throughout the application process, it's referring to the person who's going to be coming to camp. I'll go ahead and put the participant's legal name in here and their date of birth. And then I'll click Continue. This next screen is the About You section. Note that this section is asking for information about you, the person who's creating the account. This could be different from the person who's coming to camp. For example, if a parent is filling out the application for their young person, the young person coming to camp is the participant, and this section is about the parent, the account holder. You'll put the name and address of the account holder in here. And then confirm and save. And now you've created your profile. The next step is a registration piece. There are a few parts to this, so make sure you complete them all. Firstly, we'll click Register for a new session. Once we click that, we'll see this page, and it will give me the option to select Partner Application. If I was a peer or a staff member, I would see that here instead. And if you intend to apply for one thing and see something else here, you followed the wrong link. So make sure you go back and find the right one. Once I click the partner application, it will confirm my selection and I'll press Continue. Now this screen is the protection plan. Under the title Protection Plan is an information announcement. You'll see these throughout the application, and please make sure that you read them because they convey really important information. This one in particular tells you that the protection plan is completely optional and offered by CampDoc. It is not provided by PALS. It's incredibly important that you do not add the selection plan during the application process because partners are not responsible for tuition until you've officially been enrolled in a program. You'll know you've been enrolled when you receive an email from us telling you so. You'll decline the protection plan and click Continue. Once you hit Continue, you'll see this confirmation page that shows there's no tuition, and then I'll confirm registration. When you click Register, this box pops up that shows you've successfully registered for PALS. This means that you've registered your profile to PALS systems. It is not an application. It's just registering your profile specifically for PALS systems. You'll receive an automated email that tells you that, but you have not submitted an application. In order to do that, we have to keep going to answer the application questions. So click Close, and we'll move on to the application questions. You'll see Continue, and the questions will pop up. First is general information. Note that all the questions that are required will appear with red outlines. So firstly, we'll use this box to drop down to select how we learned about PALS. The next asks about any other languages the participant can communicate in. So for example, if they're fluent in Spanish or can communicate via ESL, you'll put that in here. That's helpful information for us to know. Next is contact information about the participant. So put their legal name, their preferred name, gender, pronouns, and then click Next Step. This next step is program choice. Again, here's another information box. This conveys really important information. Let's make sure we read it. This particular box tells you that by completing an application, you're not guaranteed enrollment, and we can't guarantee enrollment in your first choice program. It also lets you know that you're welcome to select up to 3 choices in order of preference. Selecting more than one option here and offering flexibility gives you more opportunities to go to camp, as if your first choice is full, but you're open to going somewhere else. If there's space there, we can place you there. If you only want to go to your first choice, you can go ahead and put the same one for all 3 options, or you can leave the second and third blank. It's totally up to you. This next is the COVID attestation. This tells us that no matter which program you choose to go to, should the participant become ill with symptoms of COVID or any other infectious disease and the medical volunteer team advises that they need to leave, the participant must leave within 6 hours at the participant's sole expense. This applies regardless of the program the participant is attending. By signing and clicking here, you agree to this. This next step is about activity leads. This is new for this year, so please take a read, and if you are interested in that, click yes and share more information with us. The next step is additional information. This lets us know whether the participant has been to PALS before or not. If they have, click yes. If not, you'll have the option to share whether this is their first overnight experience. This could be any overnight, 4-H camp, Girl Scout camp, Boy Scout camp, something like that. You can also let us know if you've been to PALS virtual. Next is the PALS promise. It's important that not only the person filling out the application agrees to that, but the participant who's coming to camp also knows about it and agrees to it. We discuss the PALS promise often at camp, we live by it, and so we need to know everyone's on the same page. These next questions are about the PALS promise in practice. Read the question carefully, select an answer in the drop-down box, and depending on what you select, there may be space for more information. If that's the case, the drop-down box will come up and fill it out. Next, emergency contacts. Parent or guardian at this stage only. You'll see that there's 1 and 2. The second one isn't required, so don't feel like you need to complete that if there isn't one. Next is health history. Please answer these questions honestly because this is the only way that we can provide support for the participant. The questions ask about medical conditions that would require additional support and also personal hygiene challenges. If either of these apply, please select yes and fill out the box as fully and accurately with as much information as you can. You don't need to do things like dietary requirements here, we'll get that later. This is more for things like diabetes or epilepsy, or if the person needs support with showering or in the bathroom. There's no such thing as too much information. The more information we have, the better equipped we are to work together to make sure the participant has a successful experience. Next is the authorization, and again we encourage you to share these with the participant who's coming to camp so that we know everybody understands the expectations. So we have the inclusive camp authorization first, sign and accept, and then camp policies and assumption of risk, and then the publicity. Again, sign and accept, and then next step. The final piece is the background check. This appears on everyone's application, but doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. We'll background check every staff member, every peer over the age of 18, and every partner over the age of 18 who is their own guardian. If this applies, click yes, and you'll be asked to provide a social security number. If the participant does not have a social security number, please enter zeros and we'll reach out to figure out another way to complete the background check. This is the final step of the application. And once they're all complete, these red circles will turn into check marks and there'll be a submit button here at the bottom. You'll click submit and then you'll receive an automated email that makes clear we've received your application and that we're going to process it. This information will be things like when you can expect acceptances and how we make acceptance decisions. If you don't receive this email soon after submitting your application, it means we haven't received it and that you haven't applied. If you believe that you've applied but didn't receive this email, check your junk and spam boxes and then reach out to us at support@palsprograms.org and we'll work with you to try to figure out what the issue is. Again, if you don't receive an email, we haven't received your application. I hope this video has been helpful. Please don't hesitate to contact us at support@palsprograms.org if you have any further questions. We look forward to receiving your application and can't wait to see you at camp.